Am I the asshole for agreeing to have my family visit for a week after my wife gives birth? Throwaway for privacy. My wife, 23, and I, 27, are expecting. She's due this month, and things have been a bit tense recently with her being extra hormonal. We live in a different state than my family. My wife and I couldn't visit for Christmas. My parents were calling to continue complaining about us not spending Christmas with them and demanded I make it up for them. I said I was open for any suggestions they had, and they suggested they come stay with us for a week once the baby is born. That way they could spend time with us and the baby as well. I thought, why not? That seemed to be a pretty good suggestion, since it's been months since we've seen each other. So I told them to go ahead and made the invitation official. This morning my wife was talking about her plans once the baby is here, and that's when I remembered my conversation with my parents. I immediately told her that I agreed to let them over for a week once the baby is born to make up for the holiday we missed with them. She first looked shocked, then freaked out at me, saying I shouldn't have invited them like that without talking to her first. I asked why not, since she loves them and loves being around them, but she explained that my family can be a lot of work, and having them as guests while caretaking for a newborn is the last thing she wanted. I told her it was no big deal, besides we could use the help if she thought about it that way, but she lashed out at me about how the first few days of the baby's life is essential time for bonding and being intimate, and I just took that away from her by inviting my parents and invading her space. I argued that she was being melodramatic right then because my family are decent people and I'm pretty sure they'll make this experience a lot more warmer. But she still disagreed and said if my family were decent then they wouldn't have accepted my invitation. But I clarified to her that I did not invite them, and it was in fact a suggestion made by them, and I just agreed after they complained about me missing spending the holidays with them. She went off on me, demanding I call them and cancel everything I planned with them, but I thought that was unacceptable since she gave not a good enough reason for me not to do that. And besides, my parents can help, but she still denied that being true. She's gone radio silent for the rest of the day and is acting like my family are somehow making her uncomfortable, though they're not the judgmental or intrusive type. They're just about spending time with others. Am I the asshole? Hold on. Edit. Few things so there's no misunderstanding here. Alright? First of all, my wife doesn't normally have any issue with my family being around. They all get along pretty good. And second of all, which is an important info my wife and I talked about, having her directly speak to them about why she would rather postpone their visit so we could clear the air, but she refused and said she doesn't want to ruin her relationship with them and asked me to do it, tell them not to come. But since my family are upset with me, then me telling them not to come might be taken in an offensive way. You know what I'm saying? So it really feels like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Also, to all the people saying that my wife shouldn't be hosting guests, I don't recall mentioning this nor expecting her to do anything for the family. Matter of fact, I really thought we could maybe use their help, especially my mom. Am I the asshole for eating at my boyfriend's family's Christmas dinner? Throwaway just to be safe. As a child, whenever I was invited to people's houses, my mom told me it was etiquette to eat the food they made. She would always tell me to put a considerable amount and eat all of it, since it would be rude not to. First, she said it would be wasting food, and second, it would seem as if I didn't enjoy the food, which is mean since a lot of effort was put into making it. I've always followed this rule and thought it was true. If I cooked a buttload of food and no one ate, I'd be heartbroken. My boyfriend of 7 months invited me to his family's Christmas dinner. I've met his parents very briefly, but nothing too formal. Anyway, we get to the food, and I was pretty hungry and everything looked really amazing. I made sure to fill my plate, but not overfill, just equal amounts of everything on the table. I ate it all and to be honest, was pretty stuffed. His mother then asked me if I wanted seconds. There was still a lot of food on the table. I took her up on the offer and put a bit more of the pasta salad. My boyfriend did give me a strange look, but I thought nothing of it at the time. Dessert comes and I choose to eat a slice of cheesecake. We then had coffee, all sitting around the fire and telling funny stories. Everyone seemed like in a very good mood and everything was great. After everything, I was honestly so happy because I was worried about dinner and meeting his parents, but I thought that everything went well. We left his parents' house in separate cars as I came directly from my parents' house to him. We reached my apartment and I can tell he is totally pissed off. I asked him what was wrong and he just blew up in my face that I had no manners, telling me that he had never seen me eat as much as I did at his parents' house and that it was so embarrassing. After further prying, he said that in his culture, when you eat a lot at a person's house, it is disrespectful because you should never go to a house on an empty stomach. He said it makes a person look desperate, and there is a language barrier between me and him, and he said, in a way, fat, but not fat. Honestly, I didn't understand. He said on the car ride home, his mom was talking about how embarrassing and unmannered I was to eat so much. I told him that she told me to put seconds, and he said that's done to be a good hostess, but a guest should never take up on that offer. He said it would have been fine if I had declined dessert, but because I had not, that I looked even more fat. I explained to him my reasoning, and he called that bullshit. I honestly feel terrible, but told him if he explained to me beforehand, I wouldn't have eaten so much. But he said he thought it was common knowledge. It's been 2 days, and neither of us will really talk until the other apologizes. I know it's petty to not apologize, but I sincerely don't think I did anything wrong, but I guess that's why I'm here. Edit. I've been debating on whether revealing where my boyfriend is from. I do not want to put any disrespect on his culture or receive offensive comments from where he is from, but I've been receiving a lot of comments, so his whole family is Arab and I am Mexican. But I am not saying all Arabs follow this rule. Really, I don't know. So please refrain from anything hateful. That goes for my comment section too. If I see any of that, you're out of here. No warnings. Thank you guys so much for watching this video or just listening, whatever you're doing. Let me know what you think of these two stories. Do you think they're assholes or do you think that they are in the right? Let me know in the comments. Also, I apologize for the background noise. My cat is being the biggest brat baby possible today. And I can only edit out so much and take so many takes before I get too frustrated. So I apologize for that in advance. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you want, and I will be back next time with a different Reddit. Bye.